out since September 14th with a turf toe injury. The Bengals are 3-8, 3 games back of the Ravens and Steelers in the division. Here's Burrow today on getting back out on the field.
I'm a football player. I get paid a lot of money to go and play a game with my friends, and we work really hard, and it's intense and there's jobs on the line, but at the end of the day, it's a game, and I've worked hard to put myself in this position and get as healthy as I can be to go out and play with guys, and that's something I wanted to do. Whenever you have an opportunity like this against a divisional opponent that's won 5 straight, and you're playing on a Thursday night in front of the world, that's an exciting opportunity.
We wondered, why would he want to come back? That was it right there, the love of the game.
That's what I was going to say. If anybody's questioning Joe, should they do it? Should the Bengals protect him against himself? Just listen to his 30 seconds there, and that question is totally gone.
He wants to be out there. Okay, Dan, Mina, Marcus here for the hour. Glad to be with you guys. What will you be looking for out of Burrow, though, in his return?
Yeah, how does he walk the line between I want to play as well as I can and certainly well enough to win, while also being conscious of coming off of the injury and not wanting to get hurt? And I would say more often than not, for quarterbacks to play great in football games against really good defenses, you got to stand in there. You got to be able to wait in that pocket, hang in the pocket, deliver the football, and take shots. And I don't know if Joe's going to be wanting to do that. I'm sure internally he's going to, but it's just that line of being smart enough to understand, I can't take that many hits, and the awareness of coming off of the injury while also, okay, fourth quarter, we're down 5. I got to do whatever it takes to win. How is he going to move around that stuff? I think that's going to be the most interesting thing to watch.
Yeah, important injury note, too. No T. Higgins or Trey Hendrickson for the Bengals in this one, but Burrow is going to be back. As for the other quarterback in this game, after missing yesterday's walkthrough with a toe injury, Lamar Jackson was out on the practice field today getting ready for Cincinnati, complete with the purple helmet the team will wear on Thursday night. He's trying that out. Head coach John Harbaugh acknowledged Lamar hasn't been perfect, but likes what he sees late in games.
I feel like Lamar's playing winning football in games that you have to find a way to do what's required to win the game, and that's different in every game, and he's been doing that, whether, sometimes you take some things for granted, you protect the football or you operate the right way, or you get us down the field. I mean, we've had some key drives at the end of the game, second half and fourth quarter, that have been game winners for us in offense. So it's like, well, you may be referring to, quote unquote gaudy stats and things like that, but how about the fourth quarter stats? I think Lamar's got a 144 quarterback rating in the fourth quarter when the game needs to be won, and that's when these games have needed to be won in the last 3, 4, 5 weeks. So that's probably the most important stat.
I mean, he's right. But look at this. Jackson averaging career worst in rush yards per game and sack percentage this season. Since returning from injury in Week 9, Jackson has rushed for just 71 yards. That's his fewest rush yards in any 4-game span of his career. So it's like, okay, so what's going on with Lamar? And Mina, I turn that question to you. What do you think is happening here with him?
Well, the injuries have clearly affected his athleticism. You see the rushing stats there. It's obvious when you watch as well. But I think the more alarming thing to some extent is how uncomfortable he looks throwing from inside the pocket. Over the last 4 weeks, according to FTN Fantasy, which tracks this, on first reads, he's 32nd in accuracy. Put that in context, last year he was second behind only Joe Burrow. And it's not like Lamar Jackson has suddenly become an inaccurate pocket passer, particularly on quick throws. To me, I suspect these things are tied together. Him knowing that he can't escape pressure the way he is accustomed to doing is clearly affecting his entire process within the pocket. Perhaps there are mechanical issues affected by the injury as well, but he's just not been himself as a pocket passer. That said, you're going up against the Cincinnati Bengals defense that can be had, that is giving up 90 yards a game to tight ends, so there will be opportunities there. But I do want to see Lamar look better within the pocket, setting aside the athleticism.
No Trey Hendrickson either.
Yeah, that helps. I've talked for a couple weeks now since Lamar's come back about this past game just looking sloppy, not crisp, and that still showed up this past week. But I will say the overwhelming thing is I have never seen Lamar Jackson get tackled more in one-on-one situations than I have since he's come back. This is 2 weeks ago. I think it's the first snap of the game for Baltimore. This is one-on-one with the rookie linebacker. It's a 1-yard loss. You cannot find clips like that in Lamar's pass. This is this past Sunday. 3rd and 5 in the red zone. He breaks. Right now you think, here he's gone. This is going to be a touchdown. 3rd and 5. There's certainly a first down. No yard gain. 1-on-1 out in space. 2nd and 10. Down in the red zone. Once again, climb the pocket. We've seen Lamar turn this into touchdowns. He's going to turn this into a 2-yard gain against a linebacker? I just have very rarely seen Lamar Jackson. I have watched Lamar get tackled more one-on-one this year than I have in his whole career. I think he's got 2 runs this year that have gone for longer than 10 yards. Lamar Jackson. So you're just not seeing him make people miss in space as a runner. Designed runner scrambles, nearly what we have in the past.
I think it ties into what Mina is saying with health. I'm going to focus on this run game. I know how excited I was when Derrick Henry signed with this football team, but they're not getting it done in between the tackles. Some of it is offensive line, some of those runs that we used to see Derrick Henry be able to get to the second level. And now it's starting to come to a head where if you get him stopped before he gets going, they're creating some problems. In comes Keaton Mitchell for me. I think he's the explosive part of this offense. And you talk about him as Zay Flowers in open space. I think that's something that they need to do to help themselves. And maybe it's just one of those situations where this particular runner fits scheme-wise, schematically, what they want to do as far as pressing the outside, being able to stick your foot in the ground and get north and south. Derrick Henry has always been a straight line runner. He runs the zone scheme, but it's a one-cut, get north and south, and that's not seemingly they're not having those opportunities to be as explosive. As much as we saw Saquon bust explosive runs, Derrick Henry was the next guy that was with that. It just seems to me that right now Keaton Mitchell is a big play guy for the Baltimore Ravens, and they need to find as many explosive plays as they can, especially with what Dan and Mina just talked about with this offense.
Yeah, Marcus, I agree, dude. I would tell you this. When watching Derrick and when they run the football, very rarely does he get to the edge right now. Now, it's a little bit offensive line play, doesn't get to the edge. So if we're talking getting to the edge, getting the run on the perimeter, Mitchell has done that much better this year so far.
Interesting. One other thing, you guys, Kyle Hamilton, who left the game on Sunday, was spotted on the practice field today. He had an ankle injury, so that'd be a nice boost if he can get out there. Okay, let's get back to Monday Night Football between the 49ers and the Panthers this last night, of course. We're going to pick it up mid-first quarter, no score. And Brock Purdy at this point finds Jauan Jennings. He sheds 3 tackles, scampers in for the touchdown.
Really good opening drive for the 49ers offense. Jennings just bringing physical presence at the wide receiver spot.
Niners lead 7-0. They were dominating time of possession. Purdy right here airs it out. Intercepted by J.C. Horn. Returns it into the red zone. Big pick for the Panthers.
Yeah, a foreshadowing of some struggles for this San Francisco offense, certainly in the pass game.
Okay, so then the Panthers trying to capitalize. But Bryce Young, he could have run. Instead, he throws that, and it's picked by Jair Brown.
I'm shocked he doesn't see the backside defender. Just run. You're a threat athletically. Cannot make that decision.
Under 5 minutes in the third, 49ers still ahead by 7, and Purdy to McCaffrey. McCaffrey had a big load to carry last night. I know 49ers lead 17-3. Late third quarter, same score. The Panthers driving here. Young heaving it downfield for Teteroa McMillan. He comes down with the touchdown. Panthers fail the 2-point conversion, trail 17-9 after 3 quarters. And then Bryce Young, another interception here.
Yeah, the physicality of San Francisco's secondary made a huge impact on the perimeter players of Carolina. Huge interception.
Here's Shanahan on the interceptions.
Just had 3 throws you'd love to take back. They're all 3 good decisions. Just a hair late on them, and when you're a hair late on stuff, you can't throw it behind them. And he threw it behind him, and all 3 guys made him pay.
You know, I spoke to Brock after the game, and he was saying when you have a game like that and you're throwing picks like that, you almost like start to question yourself. He was pretty honest about it. He actually credited the guys around him for continuing to believe in him. But what did you see from those interceptions in this game? The
thing that made Purdy great was throw.